Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, another side of tech support. My mouse is missing. Someone took it. Other students at the school, where I was taking a computer class, couldn't turn a specific computer on. It's got a plug on it, it's IT's responsibility. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Another side of tech support. The company I work for has a service/lease agreement with the company I physically work at. Every 3 to 4 years the laptops/desktops get replaced with newer equipment when the lease is up, and our group usually has to track them down if they aren't in their assigned locations. Usually policy is that if laptops are left on desks, they need to be secured via cable lock to the desk, but desktops being more bulky, this isn't the policy. I get tasked with trying to locate and swap out a device one day and finally come across it on a desk near, but not exactly where it should be. Unhooking all the peripherals, I notice someone attached a cable lock to the desktop, so I have to contact the on-site security team to unlock the cable lock, which usually isn't an issue, but of course I was in a hurry this day, so it was a calamity in its own. Conversation goes a little like, SG, security guard, me, RM, random manager. SG arrives 30 minutes after making the request for assistance, typical. SG, did you call for assistance with a cable lock? Me, sure did. SG, is this your computer? Me, it's my company's, yes. I just need to swap it out with this other one I have here. SG, who sits at this desk? Pointing to empty desk with PC on it. Me, I'm not sure, I just know that this device is past due to be replaced and that's why I'm here. SG, well, I need the permission of the person that sits here for you to take the machine. Me, it doesn't belong to whoever sits here, this device belongs to my company. Shows him the work order with the computer ID of the one that is on the desk, and the one that I'm trying to swap it out with. I just need you to unlock the cable lock so I can put this one here, and then I'll secure the new one if that really makes a difference, though it shouldn't have been locked in the first place. SG, well, all the devices should be secured to the desks. Me, that's never been the policy for desktops, but I just need this unlocked. SG, I'm going to need a manager of this area to approve that this device is okay to take. Me, I don't know where any managers are for this area. I don't work for company name, I work for other company, and have other things I need to get done today as well. SG, walks off to find a company manager. RM/SG returns. RM, what's going on now? Me, I work for other company, point to security badge with other company name. I need to swap this machine out, it's past its replacement date, show paperwork again. SG, I need to know who sits at this desk to make sure this guy can take the machine. RM, this is a first shift worker desk and he's not here now, but what do you need them for? This guy, me, has the paperwork for the exchange. SG, okay, I didn't want to get in trouble handing a device over to the wrong person. Looks at key ring, oh, I don't have the right key to unlock that cable lock, I have to call my supervisor to bring the other set of keys. 15 minutes later supervisor shows up with the keys and unlocks the device. A simple 15 to 20 minute task is now taking over an hour and a half because of stupidity, and the security guard mentioned that he was retired law enforcement for the state at some point during this, which just makes it even more aggravating. My mouse is missing. Someone took it. Happened about 12 years ago. Just some setup. Most of the workstations had a wired mouse. I handled workstation setups for the most part. This user was very neurotic and thought the company and her bosses were always out to get her, or get her in trouble, or get her fired. Me equals me, user equals user. Boss gets a frantic call from user. User, my mouse is missing. Incoherent ranting about workstation, : Boss immediately transfers call to me because it's user and something about her mouse and workstation. I pick up and she is screaming. User, why is my mouse gone? What, you didn't have one and so, her bosses, told you to just take mine cause I'm disposable, right? You have no right to just come in my office and take my mouse. I'm going to HR. At first I couldn't understand her over the screaming, so I said flat out. I am going to hang up if you don't stop screaming and calmly explain what's going on. User, my mouse is gone. Did you take it and give it to someone else? No, I didn't take it. We have plenty in the back. I'll bring you a new one. I walk into her office and can feel the piss mist. She radiating anger. User, someone took it. This is ridiculous. I can't work and people are *king with me. I see no mouse on her desk, so with a new mouse in my hand I look under her desk at the workstation and see multiple things plugged into her desktop. Since I set these up, I know the workstation has 6 ports, 2 in front and 4 in back, and I know 1 for keyboard, 1 for mouse, and in some rare cases 1 for a scanner. So I see 3/4 in the back used and the 2 in the front empty. I also noticed the wires are loose and messy, and I keep them tidy with Velcro wraps during setup. I look at the top of her desk again, and all the way back behind her monitor in the dark dust-coated area of her desk is the mouse. It looked like her foot had snagged the mouse wire down below and pulled it so that the mouse flung all the way to the back of her desk. So I grabbed the mouse and pulled it deliberately slow towards her and the front of the desk and place it down. The look on her face to this day I will never forget. She probably lost years of her life being that stressed and angry. She was now angry, but in a stupid way. I just walked out immediately and went right to my boss and explained everything, and to make sure HR knows the real story. We had a good laugh about it. Normally I would feel bad, but this user has always been a pain in the ass and horrible to deal with. I have another story about user when I was asked to move her from her office to a cubicle. Other students at the school, where I was taking a computer class, couldn't turn a specific computer on. At a vocational school, I was taking a computer science class, and occasionally the computer nerds were called out. Why hire an IT when you're training like 20 of them to fix other school computers? It's not plugged into power, the display cable is unhooked, the good old turn it off and back on, or maybe the computer is crashing because it's full of sawdust. One day, we get a call from the nursing class that one of their computers won't turn on. The teacher lets us just go check it out ourselves. I go with another guy, I'll call philosophy. The nursing teacher directs us to the computer in question and explains how it's not working, trying to turn the monitor on, an old CRT in the 2010s. Yes, we were a poor school. I look under the desk to actually turn the computer on, and I regret not saying what I just now thought to say. I wish I'd said, well, I can tell you now that this computer isn't the problem. Because there's no computer here. Instead, it was something even more basic like, I see, there's nothing here. Phil and I, both, tried to contain our grins. Indeed, the VGA cable for the display was just hanging behind the desk. The teacher and students were just turning this CRT off and on again. At least they learned something from us. That still brings more questions though. Where's the computer? Who sits here? Did somebody take it to their desk without actually swapping? Did someone steal an entire desktop? But most importantly, do they think they're turning the computers off when they leave, but it's actually just the monitors? Have these computers been running all day, every day? All the other students, and the computer class teacher, found it amusing, but we never found out what happened to the computer. I didn't, at least. We did lose a computer from the comp sci class at one point though. My computer. For like a week, I didn't realize it wasn't my computer, but that's for the comments. It's got a plug on it, it's IT's responsibility. Well, for me, it is. I deal with much of the hardware issues in IT, but I also do the PAT testing for devices brought on site. So essentially, I am responsible for anything with a plug on it. And so today's story starts with a timid user. "Do you do PAT testing here?" says a user. "Yes, sure, what your na dash door slams." And in a puff of unsociability, the user disappears, leaving behind a solitary heat gun. So I open the box, it's brand new. The box falls apart though, spilling cheap Chinese accessories all over the floor. Good start. I think to myself. I give it a good check over. Right fuse, cable looks good, molded plug, so no dodgy wiring to worry about. Let's plug it into the tester. PAT testery clicky noises. Worry fan noises from the heat gun. Bang, a plume of blue smoke erupts from the tip of the heat gun, and it ceases to whir. Well, sh*t. I just happen to have some other photography-related equipment to bring down to the same department the heat gun came from, so I loaded up the trolley and plodded down, trying to make sure not to smash the 3D printer going to the department next door didn't get smashed up on the door frames on the way down. Here's your photography projector, and I'm sorry to break it to you, but the new heat gun literally exploded whilst I was testing it, so it's failed. Oh, that's weird. The last one we bought did the same thing when we plugged it in. Well then, don't buy the same cheap Chinese crap when the first one blew up then.